President-elect Trump is vowing to impose 100% tariffs on BRICS nations unless they commit to not developing a new currency. Trump made the declaration in a Truth Social post Saturday saying, quote, "There is no chance that the BRICS will replace the U.S. dollar in international trade, and any country that tries should wave goodbye to America." BRICS is a group comprised of 9 countries with emerging economies. They initially included Russia, China, India, Brazil, and South Africa. But earlier this year, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates formally joined the group. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us now for more. Kelly, what effects would 100% tariffs on these nations have on consumers?
So look, if they were actually implemented, prices would likely go up because companies importing goods from China, from Brazil, from those countries, they would have to pay a 100% tax on that. And then what would they do? They would likely pass that on to us. Maybe not the full amount, but likely a lot of that. And so the other thing to think about is we are already hearing, oh, we were thinking about a 10% tariff on China previously. There are already tariffs on China that exist right now. A lot of companies are thinking, well, where can I move my manufacturing? India is a good option. Indonesia, which has applied for membership to the BRICS bloc, is a good option. So now companies would also be thinking, okay, well, I can't do it in China. I can't do it over there. They might move manufacturing here, which would help with jobs, but also increase labor costs. But I said that's if it's implemented, right?
Okay.
This could also be a negotiating tactic.
Why is Trump pushing for this commitment for them to not develop their own currency?
So the U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency. The vast majority of transactions when one company from one country and one company from another transact, they happen in the U.S. dollar. Okay. Money is power. And so if you were to have these other countries put together an alternative currency, some of that power could go away. That could be bad because it would make it harder for us to pay off our debts, and it would also impact our influence on the world stage. I will give you one really impactful example. When Western nations imposed economic sanctions on, let's say, Russia at the beginning of the Ukraine war, that really choked them financially. If Russia was able to transact with other countries in a different currency, the bite of those sanctions go away.
So you sort of explained some of the motivations why the BRICS nations and the BRICS bloc would want to have their own currency. Are there any other reasons that you mentioned other than obviously money is power and it would remove the sting of sanctions?
So this gives them an opportunity to be less reliant on the United States. And of course, China, India, some of these developing economic superpowers want to have that more power than they do right now. So, but the sanctions one is a very big one because the R in BRICS is Russia, and they hold a lot of influence on that bloc.
Kelly O'Grady, always appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our powers, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Hey, give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Akwafs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations but go back to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the brother Ira, coming back with another lesson to Lord willing, edifying, be the lambs of the Lord, which Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, concise, and straight to the point. Okay, and pretty much I want to jump straight into this thing because, you know, prophecy is definitely speaking. All right, that old bully spirit that America once had, that dominance nature, is pretty much dwindling down the drain. Okay, you know, and you got a lot of talks with Donald J. Trump, okay, speaking on how he's going to implement certain policies. He's going to put tariffs on certain nations. He's going to force them to have dealings with the U.S. currency. And these other nations are backing off. These other nations are not having it anymore, or they're not respecting the American society, okay? And that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because the Lord is heating up World War III, okay? And you just recently had in the news, it says right here in this title, it says a geologist might have stumbled upon the largest gold mine in the world. It says 83 billion has just been sitting there underground this whole time. It says a supergiant gold ore deposit under an existing gold mine in China could be the world's largest gold ore deposit. All right. And gold definitely puts you higher than other nations. OK, especially because it holds value. All right. It's real money. OK, the petrodollar, the U.S. currency, it's not backed by anything. OK, this is something that could puff up, all right, these gooks, man, you know, all right, which really that's a part of what the scriptures say, that, you know, Moab, which is pretty much mirroring themselves after Babylon, they have the mindset that they want to become stronger and better. Okay, this is why they're doing deals with Russia. They're setting up backdoor deals with smaller nations in order to trade resources. And you know, Vladimir Putin is on board with backing up the yuan, you know, because China's trying to attach it to a gold standard. Okay, all right, and you know, the U.S. is known for pretty much robbing the world. All right, you know, putting people into debt. Okay, and now these other nations want to do it a different way. Okay, which is causing friction. A lot of friction is being stirred up. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. I think it's in Second Ezra's, the 16th chapter. I think around maybe somewhere around the 60th verse. Let me go there. All right. So let me get this quick precept. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe it's the 15th. Give me a second. Okay, Slack, I found it. All right, second is 15 and 46. It says, "And thou Asia, that are partakers of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee." Okay, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and invention, therefore saith the Most High. Okay, so now these gooks, all right, these so-called Chinese people, okay, which really they go back to the Moabites, all right, biblically, that's the nationality. Okay, they're going to go down just as well as Esau's getting ready to go down. But right now, as of currently now, they believe that they're going to supersede the West. Okay, and you know, let me go to this other article. All right, because you just had China that hit back against the U.S. With the chip crackdown, and pretty much what Beijing did was put bans in exports of critical minerals to the U.S. All right, and several industry groups tell companies to avoid U.S. chips. All right, and it's not only just you know, for the chips. All right, it also deals with a lot of military equipment, a lot of electronics and things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Okay, and you know, these gooks have been they've been working. All right, I'm gonna say that because I want to say that 95% of the world's minerals China owns. Let me see if I can find that. All right, 95%. Okay, of the world's minerals China owns. Let me see. Okay. Yep. There it is. It says, according to available information, China currently owns approximately 95% of the world's production of rare earth minerals. This means that the vast majority of rare earth elements used in various technologies like electronics and clean energy products are sourced from China. Okay. So it says key points about China's dominance in the rare earth minerals. High production shares. China produces over 95% of the world's rare earth minerals. This gives China significant leverage in the global market as disruptions to their supply can impact various industries. So this is not 2016, leading up to 2020, when Trump was, first put into office. Trump could talk how he's going to put tariffs and things on these nations, okay, but it's only going to impact and hurt the U.S. economy, okay? And, Trump is talking a real good game, but when you actually look into it, okay, it wouldn't make sense for Trump to antagonize these other countries, okay? Knowing that pretty much America is going into it's heading down a third world country, okay? And Trump said that out of his own mouth, all right? He knows that if the dollar is no more, okay, that would automatically put the American society into a third world country, okay? And that's pretty much why these elites are moving fast with the whole fact of they have to get this new world order off the ground, because they're running out of time. All right, the scriptures say that the matter of fact, let me get that as well. The triumphant of the wicked is short. All right, let me go over here to the book of Job, I believe. Okay, you know what? Let me go to 14. Something telling me to go to 14. Job 14:5. All right, here it is. Yep. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right, so these Edomites only have a certain amount of time for their rulership. Okay, and just like we've been bringing out through the Holy Spirit, is that these are the nations. Okay, as it tells you in the book of Isaiah 14, that they're saying, we once have been as weak, but now we're as strong. Now you're looking as weak as us, okay? Because now everything's kind of on a balanced playing field, and at the same time, the other nations are getting leveraged up, which is puffing their minds up. All right, this is all through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, because ultimately, somebody has to have confidence in order to want to fight against the American society. All right, at a point in time, the people were afraid, but now the Lord is lifting up the pride of these other nations, especially of the Russian people, which they go back to Edomites as well. But let me see. I think it's Isaiah 14. Come on. Let me see. I know. Let me start right here. Isaiah 14:15, it says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay, America's being brought down low. It says that they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? And going back into the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that was a pivotal moment in history. Okay, them dropping the atomic bombs on that landmass. All right, Japan. Okay, the world was shaken up at that very moment. I believe it was August 6th and August 9th. Okay, in between those days, you had those atomic bombs that were dropped on those people. That still has a major effect to this day. But it was something that did shake the kingdoms. Let me look up the word shake real fast. See what that word goes into. I never looked it up, so let's look it up real fast. All right, rayash in the Hebrew, which says to shake, to be made to quake, to cause to quake, to spring up, to spring or leap. Okay, yeah, that's all it pretty much means. It's just straight to the point. Means just to shake. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. They got shooken up. Okay, made the world pretty much tremble. Okay, it says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All right, so at that time the whole world was watching, but now the other nations are saying, has thou become as weak as us? All right, and that's exactly so. Okay, America is being brought down low. Okay, the morality is at an all-time low. Nobody respects the American military. This is why Trump is saying, oh, we got to get the the alphabet people out of there, because the world is watching how America is on a major decline. Okay, so let me go back, read a little bit more into this article. Right, it says China has banned exports to the United States of the critical minerals gallium, germanium, and antimony, which have widespread military applications, escalating trade tensions the days after Washington's latest crackdown on China's chip sector. Okay, which we know that China wants to merge back, I believe, Taiwan, because they also have the largest chip conductor in the world. Pretty much China is booming with the technological sector, okay? And, you know, their whole society is backed off of technology, AI, and social credit score system, okay? Things of that nature, all right? So they need to have a mass production in order to pretty much keep all that going, you know? But that's how the American society is headed, okay? All right, but let's keep reading, right? It says the curbs announced on Tuesday strengthening enforcements of existence limits on critical minerals exports that Beijing began rolling out last year, but apply only to the U.S. market. It is the latest escalation of trade tensions between the world's two largest economies before U.S. President-elect Donald Trump takes office next month. Right, which I got a video I want to play as well, dealing with Mike Adams, you know, as he makes some good points, you know, and you know, Trump thinks that he has a lot of force behind him making these bold moves, okay, which ultimately is going to shoot Trump in the foot. All right, it's going to backfire, okay, because pretty much Trump is inheriting a large portion of the American debt, which can never be resolved, you know. No matter what they do, it can never be fixed. Okay, this is why they ultimately have to crash the dollar, cause some type of major event to shake the world, to make the world want to convert over to this new way of living, this new digital system. Okay, which, you know, Esau's cunning. All right, however he's going to do it, it's all going to tie in and fit in with prophecy, especially the mark of the beast being pushed at the forefront and made mandatory to the world. So, you know, we just got to keep our eyes peeled, as the scriptures say, watch as well as pray. Okay, hey, because the days are short, man. You know, hey, things are ramping up, and we're here. You know, we are here, brothers. All right. So reading on a little bit more, it says the Chinese Minister of Commerce directive on dual use items, which have both military and civilian application, cited national security concern for the export ban. The order, which takes immediately effect, also requires stricter reviews of end use for graphite items shipped to the U.S. And hey, that's that graphite that's in that juice. And I'm sorry, I think it's in the juicy juice or the micro C hip. You know, brother could put it on the comment board and correct me. But I'm I'll just post this article into the chat. I just wanted to get those, you know, that paragraph right there, just to show y'all, you know, what's going on. All right, but you see how it said it's having a major impact on military and civilian life. Okay, and you know, things take time. All right, when they send them cargo ships, that takes time. It's not a 30-minute drive or an hour drive. No, this is coming across the seas. All right, it got to be loaded up. It's got to be counted for. Everything's got to be, you know, put in the data. You know, so that takes time, and then it got to sail. You know what I'm saying? So that takes time. Okay, so when they ship these things over, they ship them things well in advance. So if they stop shipments, okay, that means that more impacts is coming to this place, and they can go further than just things of electronic. They can go for food, okay, which we know the famine is on the rise as well. All right, so you know, you see China is hitting back, and then you see that they struck gold, okay. So let me see what I could pull out of here. I don't want to make this too long. All right, just get a couple little points. All right, it says a deposit of gold ore just discovered in China isn't just giant, it's super giant. So much so, in fact, that Chinese experts claim it could be the largest deposit of any precious metal not just gold ore in existence today. How big is the supergiant? Hey, and you know, best believe you Moabites, hey, the scriptures say, hey, Esau, he can never have enough, man. You know, so hey, you Moabites, you better believe Esau, since he know that you got that gold, he gonna be trying to get his hands on that gold. You know what I'm saying? All right. What was that, Malcolm? By any means necessary. Okay, that's how Esau gets down, sleazy E, you know. All right, let me get that real fast. All right, just another precept. All right, Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. All right, and we live by these words, man. All right, every word that is written, we believe wholeheartedly in them. Okay, the righteous are living by faith, and that's the Israelites. All right, the elect brethren that are sincerely turned to Yahweh by Shema Shai. But Esau, which is lifted up, okay, still got that proud spirit about him. All right, his soul is not right. Okay, and he wants, all right, and he'll kill, rape, rob, and murder to acquire what he desires. Okay, it says, yeah, also because he transgressive by wine, you know, he tries to come diplomatic. All right, and I don't believe that a lot of these countries are falling for that democracy shit anymore like that, you know. They've already been swindled time after time again, so now they're looking for different alternatives. They want to step up, okay, above the West, okay, and that's the ultimately, that's the spirit of the Lord, because World War III, you know. So that's the reason why I could think that the Lord is, you know, raising up these other nations, because somebody has to be the king, you know. And while they're thinking that one or the other side is going to win, both are going to be in the trick bag, you know, because ultimately Yahweh Shai is at the end of these nations pressing that button, sending nukes upon each other, you know, and Yahweh Shai is the one that's going to what? Show them that you nations are nothing more than just mortal men, you know. All right. So best believe Esau got his eyes still on that gold. Okay, this is news. This is what's in the news. Okay, so it says by wine he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Because how Esau gets down, he likes putting other nations into debt. All right, that's how he rules over the people. Okay, all right, and you look up that word, thick clay. All right, which goes into a bat yacht. Okay, weight of pledges, heavy debt. All right, so these other nations are not going to allow themselves to be put in debt because of the Western society. All right, they're starting to buck up. Okay, and they're ready to fight. Hey, put your plowshares and your pruning hooks into the sheds and mass produce your weapons of war. So that's what's going on. That's why they're doing trade deals with each other right now. All right, so let me go to this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go to the video. Okay, so it says so much so, in fact, that Chinese experts claim it could be the largest deposit of any precious metal, not just gold ores in existence today. How big is the supergiant deposit located under the Wanggu gold field in the Hunan province? Experts estimate it at 1,100 tons. According to the Chinese state media, a team of geologists detected over 40 gold veins of roughly 330 tons of gold ore dipping 6,600 feet deep under the Pingjiang country Wanggu gold field, but 3D models blow that number out of the water, showing there could be as much as 1,100 tons as deep as 9,800 feet. If the models are accurate, the deposit in its entirety could be worth roughly $83 billion. All right, so there you have it right there. But let's look more into that. Okay, see, that's just what's going on. So let's check this out. We'll grab a couple more scriptures. Let's go to this video right here by Mike Adams. Let's blow that up.
Other countries can currencies they want. If they don't want to use the dollar, that's fine. But if they want to buy U.S. goods, they need to use the dollar. So let's just compete based on merit. But you see, that's my philosophy. I think we should compete based on merit. But what Trump wants to do is to not compete based on merit. He doesn't want an international meritocracy. He wants an international obedience system, international dominance. Like, you do what we say because we have the Navy, and we'll bomb you if you don't. Because that's the way the U.S. has been run for such a long time, that most of these leaders, that they can't imagine anything else. I mean, look at Sebastian Gorka. He can't imagine anything else. He just thinks you can just threaten everybody, threaten Russia. Well, you can't bomb Russia with your words. Doesn't work. Russia doesn't care. Your words don't stop Russian hypersonic missiles, it turns out. So America has got to learn to compete based on merit instead of just coercion. Think about that. We live, that is those of us who live in America, we live in an empire that operates based on coercion, not merit, not fairness, not mutual benefit, not understanding, not free trade, none of those things. Those are not terms that define America, not by a long shot. America operates on violence, the threat of violence, coercion, economic weapons, sanctions. How many thousands of sanctions are on the books right now, sanctioning companies and countries and individuals and industries all over the world, all kinds of sanctions. I would imagine the State Department must have 5,000 employees just keeping track of the sanctions. There's a way to cut government waste, end all the sanctions, and eliminate most of the State Department. You know, some of the solutions are really simple. But think about it. I mean, what is Trump's argument in all of this? Like, we can't let other countries use other currencies. Why? Why should the U.S. dictate to other countries what currency they have to use? Especially if they just want to trade between each other. If Russia is trading with India, why should they have to use the dollar? But do you know that for decades, the dollar has been the intermediate currency in all of this, which created artificial demand for the dollar, which gave the U.S. control over the dollar and the ability to weaponize the SWIFT system and the banking system against all the other countries of the world. It was crazy. If you're one of these other nations, like, why should we use the dollar? Why can't we just trade in rubles and rupees? See, the U.S. technically has no right to tell other countries what currencies they have to use in trade between each other. Now, granted, the U.S. can always say that if you want to trade with America, you have to use dollars. Okay, fine. That's just like, Russia says if you want to trade with Russia, you have to buy rubles. Okay. You want to get oil from Russia? You got to buy rubles and pay for it in rubles. There you go. That makes sense. But Russia doesn't have the right to tell America that when we buy electronics from China, we have to buy them in rubles. That would be stupid and insane, but that's what the U.S. does to the whole world. It says no matter what you buy, if India is buying stuff from Indonesia, they got to buy it in dollars. Well, again, that's stupid. But that's what Trump is trying to enforce worldwide. It's silly, and it's obsolete, and it's not going to work. All that's going to do is set off a big trade war internationally, which would raise prices and cause job losses and economic damage all over the world. It's a silly idea.
Yep, and that's because as of right now, the Lord got the spirit on the so-called allies of the West, which really they're showing themselves. Even when they talk peace talks, it's all more of smoke and mirrors. It's more to make it seem as they're thinking of peace, but in reality they're thinking of how to throw down the West. Okay, and that's the spirit that Yahweh Shema Shai got on these other nations. All right, this is Obadiah, 1:7. It says in the NLT, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. All right. So Esau thinks that he still has that strong global dominance. All right. Which Esau, he's losing that power, that authority that he once had. Okay. Now that's pursuant to the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. All right. Matter of fact, let's go back to that chapter. Okay. This is Isaiah 14, and let's get straight to the point. Verse 5, it says, "The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." Okay. All right. So the staff that is in the hand of the king is a symbol of authority. Okay. When the staff hits that ground, all right, whatever was decreed, that is the final order. Okay. Now, whatever Esau says, that final order is not set in stone anymore, because these nations are like, to hell with the hell you got to say. All right. We're doing better off without the West. Okay. And they are. When you really look at them, just like they try to hit them with the SWIFT, cut them off from the SWIFT, they started doing deals with each other and they're doing better for each other. You know, the economies are improving. They're getting more resources than ever, because why? They're starting different alliances. The BRICS is something to fight against NATO, okay, and the West, man. All right, that was of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay. All right, it says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth." All right. Matter of fact, let me read that in the NLT. It says, "You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip with unrelenting tyranny." All right. And these nations are tired of that shit, man. You know? All right. That's why the Spirit of the Lord is on them to what? Rise up. Rise up, ye men that are at ease. Okay. They like, to hell with the West. All right. We got our own thing going, you know? All right. Which is beautiful, because this all foreshadows the end. Okay. Let's, I'm just going to play a little bit more. I'm not going to play too much longer. Let's get a little bit more, grab a couple more precepts.
But I guess Trump will try it and see. And if you thought supply lines were bad now, wait till Trump slaps 100% tariff on everything. Oh my goodness. And then all these other countries will start retaliating. And all the countries that export lithium to America will just say, no more lithium for you. No soup for you. And China will just say, those rare earth minerals that you need for your military program, no rare earths for you. And whatever these countries make, appliances or fertilizer or copper, they'll just say, okay, we're not going to send any to you. Good luck. And America will find itself isolated economically and then collapsing domestically, because we depend on the rest of the world to send us stuff.
Yep.
So America won't last.
Yep. Hey, America is, man, like we've been saying through the Holy Spirit. Let me go to that Jeremiah, all right? Because, hey, there's no bomb for this place, all right? America's done, and what's going to happen is that it's going to get bad out here. The American people are going to be affected, all right? All right, and Esau's going to take it out on the American people, all right? His frustration, his anger, okay? And it's going to be chaos, war in the streets, civil war, no food, no water, lights is going to be shut off, love and many are going to be waxed cold out here at the time of Jacob's trouble. Yep, time of Jacob's trouble. That's what the Bible speaks of. A time like never before. And hey, this is why people are buying Bibles right now. You know, Bible sales are going through the roof, because, hey, these churches don't got the answer. But like we constantly saying, repent, Jacob, turn back to Yahweh by Shema Shah, because the time is short. All right, the Lord got this thing coming to its end. This is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and that made all the earth drunken. the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, because now that the nations are starting to sober up. The Lord got the nations waking up. Okay, it's about that. It's about goddamn time. You know. Hold on, this motherfucker been bamboozling me. Nah, I can't have that. Hey, so let the war begin. Let the fighting begin. You know, on a world war level. You know, where all nations are at each other's throats. All right, because hey, that shows us to getting out of here. You know, one step closer. All right, one step closer. Jeremiah 51:8 now. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heavens and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, so, all right, there's no medicine. There's no weeping for this place. All right, the Lord doesn't want any prayers for this place. All right, because ultimately the Lord has in mind of a great destruction. All right, and that's why he gave the other nations that power. ICBM missiles. Vladimir Putin just displayed a force of power by sending ICBM non-nuclear missiles to touch down on the Ukrainian people. And those missiles can touch any American embassy, military base, or the U.S. itself, or fleet, naval fleet, warship. The missiles could hit anything. All right. And it wouldn't even breach the nuclear agreement that they have, you know. But this thing is going to go nuclear. You know, they're going to add them nukes to them ICBMs. All right, let me go to another one. All right, Jeremiah, shoot. Let me see. What was I thinking about? You know what? Because I don't need to make this too long. You know what? Hey, Isaiah 47. Let me go there at the top. Isaiah 47. All right, Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right. So these people about to sit in a state of confusion, wondering how did things get this bad? Okay. Well, we've been saying for years that Babylon was going to crumble, was going to fall. Okay. And we in them type of times. All right. America is no longer tender, delicate. Okay. These other nations came, got their money, and now they out of here. You know what I'm saying? They didn't send their money back. It's like you had one of them, I think it was a North Korean dude. He just got caught up by the police, sending arms to his people, you know, shipping them across the ocean. All right, so so these other nations been doing that for years, okay? All right, building up their nation, okay? You know, sending their children to college over here, getting their education up through Western practices, all right, and then they making their money, and then what? Sending back over to their people, man. All right. So, now that they see America's done. You got those that are staying because they're still drunk, and then you got those that they took their ass back home, man. All right. So it says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover thy thighs, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right, because in the end of all this that is going to transpire is what? Yahushua coming back with a heavenly host. Okay, all right. When them nukes fly, Yahushua will arrive right on time, right? To send forth more fire with the chariots of the and the laser beams that they got, man. Okay, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his holy name. The Holy One of Israel, which the name of the Heavenly Father's Son is Yahushua, okay? Yahweh is the Most High, and Yahushua is his beloved Son. You must know those holy names, okay? All right? That our Redeemer is coming, okay? He's coming to redeem the elect of Israel. So, you know, just Slakia, I was a little bit too long-winded, you know, but, you know, Lord willing, it did make sense, and Lord willing, it was edifying to the Lord's elect. So giving all praises and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.